welcome back to our second attempt. Our second attempt at conquering Castille without starting any wars. That doesn't mean we won't fight any wars, it just means we can't start any wars. So crusades started by other people are perfectly valid, and if for some reason we end up vassalized to someone and we force a faction and demand a title or demand to get back, and they say no and force us to fight a war, that doesn't count. But apart from that, no wars allowed, which is particularly challenging. Let me tab into the game, because we are a female ruler, and most of Spain is currently held by Muslim countries who A, are not going to marry us anyway, and B, that means that generally speaking they have male only partition, and as we are female rulers only, that means even if we did somehow marry them, getting to inherit them is quite hard. Now ahead of that, and to facilitate that, we have gone Basque. We have used decisions to make sure that we have absolute crown authority, which we can't really afford to lose, because we can't get it back if we lose it. So liberty wars are actually really, really dangerous to us, because we can't afford to lose that. Aragon has formed, which is nice, but it is actually an emirate with a Mawadi and Andalusian ruler. So yes, what are our goals with this ruler? Good question from Tommy Ench. Is it possible to create a holy order with this ruler? I think it may well be, because we only need to be devoted servant to do it. So I think we can get to devoted servant. In fact, I think with Araka 2, one of our key goals with her is we keep an eye out to see if there are opportunities to grab some more territory through the various techniques we've used before, which we will do on stream, and I will happily explain to anyone who asks when we get going. But I think really our key goal is we need to get a lot more troops. I would really like, I think for the long term, we need at least 10k troops. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Firstly is to secure ourselves against attacks from outside. But secondly, because we will struggle to have good alliances with other Catholic nations because of our female-only rule. And thirdly, because we want to be able to divert crusades to come here. And by diverting crusades to come here, we can let them get Catholic rulers on the throne, which makes our lives easier too, because Crusader kingdoms will not be male-only succession. So, bunch of different ways of doing stuff. But yeah, key goal, economy and soldier numbers is for Queen Araka here. She is betrothed to Mendo Nunes, who is, if I remember, the heir to Duchy of Portugal. That is useful to us because we want to keep this alliance. He's one of our powerful vassals, and he's also one of our few powerful vassals that's powerful enough potentially to do his own conquests. So actually that would be quite nice. So we're kind of like keeping him close. We do have a genius 1-year-old daughter. So she is illegitimate because we have been shagging around to try and get some decent kids in before we marry him in 2 years. So if it comes to it, we will legitimize the Infanta Araka, and in fact we probably will. In fact, you know, because we're not going to get any kids with traits from him. So I think what's most likely is we will declare ourselves celibate. Oh, we can't, can we? Because aren't we gregarious? No, we're not. So we might go down the route of getting celibacy so we can avoid having to murder too many people. But we are currently on fertility focus, just to make sure that what we can do is see if we can pop out another a spare before we get married. Then we'll probably flip to just taking at least up to restraint and maybe scientific and possibly know thyself. We might even put stuff into here. Just to get that holy order locked in. And then we will go back to being murderous again, because we need kidnapper. We need a job done right. Then we will be going for thoughtful. We will be going for groom to rule. We'll probably be getting our lover to guardian our kid, because he's genius, so he's going to bring the kid up better. Anyway, we are over our limit, but hopefully, I believe our betrothed is on stewardship education. So that will help with that. He's already got 9, which means he'll add 5 to us, which will give us at least 1 more domain limit. In fact, actually, aren't we? Well, we are matrilineally married, because he's not the heir. That's the heir, so we will have an alliance with him. So yeah, so who's teaching our daughter? No one at the moment, because she's only 1. But the plan is it will be our lover, because he is a genius. So therefore, he will give her a better education trait. But anyway, we have a bit of money. We can ask our head of faith for gold. I'm kind of in two minds about doing that, because we could do with going on a cruise. We do need to go on pilgrimages, because we want to get up to devoted and we want to form our holy order. So I think we will do that before we do anything else. We will go on a long pilgrimage, because we only need to get up to devoted. I think to form a holy order we only need the Pope to like us, which he does, and we need to be devoted servant, and then we're going to need 1,000 piety and 500 gold, and we should be able to get that. A holy order would be very, very handy. So we're not going to cash that in, because it is going to cost us 250 gold. Once we've got a holy order, we're fine. But what we do need to keep an eye out for... sympathy to heathens is probably decent for us. Although levy reinforcement is nice, I think sympathy to heathens is good. Although, if I remember, we're pretty well set. We've got a terrible archbishop, but he is doing conversions. We've got culture promotion going on in Lyon, our capital. We've got increased control going on, and he's on disrupt schemes, which is fine. You think 1,000 piety will be harder than devoted servant? Yes, potentially. Don't forget this pilgrimage is going to give us about 500. And then what we actually need to do is find a way to get sucked into a war against or fight some Muslim rebels, and then that will top us up the last bit. I actually think the money is going to take us longer. Someone is trying to kill my kinswoman Naraka. Yeah, whatever. What we should also look at is how do we get on with factions. I think we had just pulled the end of the factions. This would be a really nice one to fire. That would be our ideal, would be for that faction to fire. But I don't think it's going to. It's 500, what for, apathy stop, what for piety for, oh, well, there you go, we've got 350. 370 odd. So, to be honest, we'll be able to get a holy order in 10 years, because we'll do another pilgrimage in 10 years. She's not going to die for 10 years. No, it's always 500 gold and 1,000 piety. What we do also need to think about is where we will put that holy order. So it slightly depends on whether we've got somewhere within our direct control that we can put it as much as anything else. Ah, we have got a spare castle in Lyon, so we can give them Seer, which would be perfect, because we're not getting rid of Lyon. So we will do that. Report the bot. I really hate that Twitch makes you actually do all of that. Which then makes it really hard to actually just mod them out. Like from the dashboard, I can never find the actual button to just mod the fuck out someone. Anyway, they're blocked for me, and they're reported. No, my husband won't have inherited Portugal, but he will have inherited something, because don't forget that he was the second son, so he has got the Duchy of Coimbra. He is also chased, by the way, which is really handy for us because he is actually also ambitious. So that is actually quite useful for us. The downside is that might have just screwed our alliance with Portugal. Because it's Duke Nuno here that we really want to be allied with. But I'm less bothered now that they're splitting up a bit. We might want to think about that. Is it still actually useful to us? I think that's a legitimate question. Because now he's his own ruler, he's not going to give us the alliance with Duke Nuno. And Duke Nuno is who we're really trying to do it. Trying to annex an independent kingdom to my empire using the same method that you did last time with your vassal duke who inherited an independent duchy outside your realm. I've never done it with a vassal king inheriting an independent kingdom. It's more fun than another military conquest. Exactly. This is why I do stuff like this. It's like, I think it's very easy for people just to play CK3 in a very vanilla way. And that really doesn't kind of grasp the underlying complexity and fun you can have with this game. You know, ultimately, if we pull this off, we're getting an achievement, because there is a standard achievement for conquering Spain. But I could have done that in a single stream. Like, I know it's a hard achievement. I could have done it in a single stream. It's not that hard, if you know what you're doing. Whereas this makes it more fun. I think that is broken betrothal time, because he's not even our vassal, so even though he's pissed off, it's not going to matter. His family are going to dislike us a bit for it, but whatever. Might be worth seeing if we can get a really good alliance power one. I kind of doubt it. I mean, Lotharingia is decent. That's probably not a bad one to get. And he's 5, so we can essentially just keep him hanging around for ages. Gives us 10 years of shagging our beautiful person instead. The downside is it keeps us below our domain limit, but it's not the end of the world. We are surviving on that. I think we probably do that because I think it is useful. We're probably going to get called into a bunch of wars with France as a result, or whatever. Duke Magnus of Angria. He does look a bit angrier. Can I not marry one of your kids? It's the low fertility thing because I'm celibate. If we hooked him, we could get that. And he's heir to the Holy Roman Empire. So I think we do that. I mean, the thing is, there's benefits and disadvantages. So we're currently under our domain limit, which is bad. You know, there is no way that isn't bad. But we are on the way to getting burrs, which will allow us to do some interesting building bits. So that's quite useful. Then if we go for bailiffs, you know, that's going to give us our +1. I mean, bluntly, I kind of think we can survive being 2 over. Like, okay, it's giving us a bit of a hit, but I mean, the other option is we just give 1 away temporarily. So we could give, what we could actually do is we could give Astorga to someone who is infertile and essentially bank it for ourselves. Can you search this way? I want someone who's infertile. Oh, why can't you filter that way? It's really annoying. Give me someone super old. So they need to be not a ruler. And they need to be nice and suitably old, because we can just murder our way back to it. To inheriting it. It's not a problem. Now, it'll rebel at some point. I mean, we could bank it with a kid. If we wanted to. Sterile would work. Yeah, would sterile sharp. Sterile wood sharp. Do we have anyone sterile? We don't have anyone sterile. That's annoying. People aren't shagging their sisters enough. Right, we're going to give it to Gomez here temporarily.
Finished watching Watford dubbing Manu, so now I can concentrate on this.
Well, breaking news this morning, Solskjaer is gone. And thank you very much for your subscription, by the way, and to you, the Corot. I missed yours when I was starting up. Right, so we might as well have a quick scan and see if there is anyone we can cheese into inheriting. Because obviously that drops us to, so it does give us a bit more income, so it probably does buff out. Because we are basically only one decent piety event away from doing our holy order, really. We need... Yeah, so basically the time, as long as we don't get caught shagging around, and we have kind of been caught already, so it's fine. It's mostly just money. We should mark pilgrimage as a thing we want to be notified about. I'm going to up this to 4. Yeah, the thing is we're still weak enough that marriage for alliance would be really useful. We want a job done right, and then we want to push down here, and then we'll switch off of this for a while. We can lawfully imprison you. Which means we can ransom you. Bit of money. Twice schemed will definitely be very useful, but I think in terms of priority we'll come back for it. I think in terms of priority, I mean, actually, we can probably do without restraint. It might even be worth us just flipping to stewardship for the extra 3. Would the extra 3 make a difference? We are 6, so no, it wouldn't. Because that would only push us up to 9, and you only get extra domain things in increments of 5. Hypocrisy. Yes, absolutely hypocrisy. We're imprisoning ladies that we that have done just exactly the same thing we have. I mean, the thing is, we're 31 now. So if we marry this guy's kid, we're going to be about 44 when we marry, so we actually won't need celibacy. Send in the entertainers. That's exactly what we needed. Because his kid's 4. He's probably going to die in a bit anyway, and then we'll just break the betrothal again. So we do need to keep an eye out on him. Let's pin him. So let me know when he dies, chat. Because this is essentially a betrothal of convenience. She's intelligent. Excellent. We have a spare. She is also called Uraka. So yeah, Holy Order is our first priority. Then we're going to try and super boost the economy. We can create 3 titles. These are titles we will control. Because they are Castille, Leon, and Galicia. So there are our 3 cores. But we don't need them yet. We've got some Basque going on there. We've got Basque over there. What other territory is ours? Valadoid. Let's start with Valadoid. Fucking useless. Like 8 years, man. Mixed in with pieces of vegetables or fatty chunks of meat, the stringy texture interrupted by what looks to be short and sparse fur. When asked about the ingredients, my private cook, Ehrman, only smiles and tries to placate me. I only wish to serve you, my lady. I mean, we might as well try. Because intrigue help points to get it, and there's no real downside. Well, I mean, the thing is, we can now legitimize either of them, and it's fine. And don't forget, we've actually got preference, so we just disinherit one of them. But I think what we would want to do is, it's going to come down to which of them educates better. Do you want to let us educate our husband? No, you don't. Oh well. Doesn't really matter anyway. See, this is why we need a holy order, because they got jihads now. So jihads are going to be a problem for us. If we can get 10k troops, we're absolutely fine. 10k troops and a solid economy, and I can beat back any freaking jihad that comes for me. Honestly, not a problem. We might want to have a look and see if there's anyone we want to break up. He's got 3 kids. Let's break you up. Let's have a go at breaking you up. Does anyone... Have we got a good murder guy. Anonymous gifter, 5 community subs. That is incredibly generous of you. Enjoy your emotes. Unloping Fool, Back Propagate, Furry Octopi, Fenrak 43, and Brinkley Wallocks. Enjoy your murder spiders, which you might find you're about to need to use. I have no idea who you are, and I don't care. So, haha, good one, Ununo. So we've got 57% chance. He can be convinced. How much? 130? Yeah, go on him. Now, we need to keep an eye on this. Do we kill him? How old's that kid? 1. No, we kill him. Yeah, I mean, Cordoba could grow, but I think what we're going to do is next time we get a chance, that's going to be our key one for targeting a crusade against. I think. Who did we lose? Oh no, our really good Spy Master. Congrats, it's you. Spy Master is the one position where I'm absolutely determined to keep as a good Spy Master. But basically, strong Muslim kingdoms with lots of alliances are more of a problem than we'd care to deal with. We might keep going on this, and we might go for twice schemed. It would be useful. Maybe we do go all the way down it and before we do it. Yeah, we got a reasonably good Spy Master as a replacement though, so we're almost at Devoted Servant. We are a rakish, fornicating, chaste individual who is also a murderer. And we're about to found a holy order. Hey, look. Chaste people can fornicate too. They just feel a bit guilty when they do it. The flaming arrow shot by my agent blazed a burning path across the harbour. Only miss. Oh yeah, of course, because how... Yeah, exactly. How fucking hard can it be to hit a boat when you've got 95% chance of doing it? Idiot. Never let it be said that CK3 creates two-dimensional characters. Absolutely. This is the beauty of CK3. It's why I love it. It's why I main it for streams. Like, it is essentially like kind of a strategy game with an RPG element. It's lovely. I love it. You get to tell stories. He is very good, and therefore definitely will be that. Hi, sorry, I was on the phone quickly. Yeah, we're doing well here. So we are getting close to our piety thing. No, it wasn't our lover. He was a bad person, so we didn't want him. He was essentially the whole chaste thing going on. So he would have stressed us out if we'd slept with him. So we didn't sleep with him. We do have to be very careful with our daughters here, because if we marry the wrong ones, if we legitimize too many of them, we're going to have issues. Been having an affair. Who would have? Oh, I can't abide people who have affairs. There you go. Pay me some gold. Right, we are almost there. About essentially 3 months, and we can found our holy order. Find the patron of our holy order. Should it be available for free in any offensive holy war? I'm asking because in my game it runs tons, only in case of a defensive war it's free. No, I think it should be free in an offensive war as well, as long as you are literally their patron. But when you something you need to remember is to be a patron of a holy order, they do need to be directly in your domain. It doesn't count if it's just you're the king that is in charge of them. You have to have them within the thing you control. Right, where are we founding these? We're founding them in Seer, aren't we? Barony of Seer. Bosh, we got the Knights Templar. Nice. Right, buildings. But we're going to let that tick up first to 500, 300. Let's go for a nice cash reserve. Now what we could do, and what I'm thinking we'll do, I'm keeping an eye on this, because we might actually be able to do our trick here of getting a whole chunk of territory there. Because he's unlanded. If he survives, even he's unlanded. We kidnap him, convert him to Catholicism, murder his brothers, but give him a title in our territory first. We could actually get all of that territory in one go, because that's still only a duchy rank kingdom. Right, we've got finished on a promote culture. What other territory do we directly control? Because it's always worth doing your direct controls before you do the other stuff. Olmedo, Santiago, and A Coruña. So let's go for A Coruña. Does your Holy Order being called by others have any benefits? No, not really. The main reason to control the Holy Order is because it means that actually, I think it might be that you might have to pay for offensive wars, maybe. And defensive is free. But the main thing is, the main benefit is you can always call them. Like, even if someone else, I think you get them for free in any war, unless they've been hired by someone else. In which case you can pay piety to get them off of someone else. Because you are their patron. So that's how it works, basically. What do you want? City of Ciudad Rodrigo. Excellent city. Which I believe is nowhere near my territory. It is not in my direct control, so your request is absolutely granted. Right, that's given us our cash reserve, so let's start doing some really heavy pushing on eco and on troop numbers. So, Leon, you are getting hunting grounds. Burgos. Tempted to just push that up to 2. Would we be able to? We don't have battlements yet, so we can't. Don't really want to do troop numbers. I'd rather push on cash first, because cash leads to troops. Right, Santiago is our cash one, isn't it? That's the one we're pushing on cash. So actually we want to go over here and find trade port. Convert faith. Down there. Go do it. Do not tell the Queen what she must do. Yeah, basically, if they're hired by someone else, you can override that hiring, but it does cost you piety. We might want to sway the Pope. It's always useful for the Pope to like us. Exactly, why war when you can scheme? We could shag the young pretty guy, or we can lose 36 stress, which is actually probably really useful. But that would be 300 intrigue. Oh, fuck off, game. Stupid game. What can we build here that's going to boost income? Let's keep this above 250. Just in case we do need to hire someone for something. So we're not trying a kidnap because at the moment it wouldn't benefit us. We want one of these kids and they're not old enough yet. Because we can't release him and convert him as a kid, I think. Yeah, they just convert him back. I want one of these kids to get to adulthood. I mean, we could kidnap for money. Actually, we could do a test kidnap. We've got low chance on them anyway. I don't need a new partner. Right, more buildings. Santiago, building staff. Leon is building staff. That's Knights Templar. Burgos. We could build stuff in Burgos. Give me some more fields. That's the plan. That's why we betrothed to his kid. Because we are now essentially allied with the Holy Roman Emperor, who has 10k troops. Wheels within wheels. I will go to that party, because it will give us some stress relief. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Manrique. We do very much need to do something about this, though. I wonder if we can get percentage to kidnap on this. He's unlanded as well, so technically we could do it with him. Maybe we should try and do it with him. Because then we can break his betrothal. I mean, we can increase the chance a bit. There's kind of no harm in trying it. I mean, okay, it's going to cost us a bit of gold, but we'll get out of that within 3 months. We can lawfully imprison her. Which means we can release her. Which pushes us back into the black. Would it be worth it to build a new settlement in Burgos, or is it better to max out the buildings in the current settlement? Both, really. I think there's an element of sort of much of a muchness about it. Right, we are going to go for schemer and twice schemed, I think, because we've got good kids and we're not educating any of our own kids, so it's not a problem. You are going to be educated by you. And what did you get? Yeah, you might turn out alright as well. It's Catholic and Andalusian. Is there anything we want to do with him? Oh, I tell you what we do want to do is force partition on him. Let's start splitting his titles up. I don't want to let him fight wars, because if we let him fight wars, he'll conquer territory internally. And we're kind of dependent on... yeah, it was the guy who started the independent faction. Ooh, we've got a dangerous faction. Which one? We have a Liberty faction with 9 members. This is potentially useful to us, because we can win that war. And it will give us back a couple of ducal titles that we can revoke, which we can then use for our plot here if it comes off successfully. And given that we can call in the Kaiser on our side, as long as he doesn't die in the next 7 months, we can get the Holy Roman Empire into that war. We should win it. We're going to have enough bit of banking of cash. If that faction fires, Duke of Coimbra, our almost husband, who's the pissed off one. I just wouldn't mind thinning their numbers a bit. Oh, we can take all of that, because they're going to have to gather. He'll call in Duke Fadl. Is our Spymaster raiding schemes? He should be. Yeah, he is. I think we let that rebellion fire. Because it would give us the opportunity to revoke a duchy, which we can then use for our plan for getting this territory. If we pull off that kidnap scheme. And we've got 7 months to let the gold tick up. That's true, you can't call him in because he's a co-vassal, so... theoretically they've got more strength than me. I wouldn't mind knocking a little bit off their strength, but that's easy enough to do. Like, he's the most powerful member. He's got a daughter. Who's got sons we could marry? Lots of daughters going around. Right, he's got a son. It would actually be quite useful to us to... Right, I think we go middle daughter. So that knocks him out of there. Wouldn't mind... Cantabria is the one we want to revoke, because Cantabria is a really handy one to give out. My first ever CK3 game, I suddenly got elected as HR Emperor. Yeah, oof, yeah. No, that's a bit of a baptism of fire. These guys we can knock about a bit. Coimbra is fine. I mean, I think we can take that. Because we'll call in the Holy Roman Emperor. Do you want like a temporary alliance? Because then we can call in England as well. And we'll just break it later on. Because England looks pretty stable. Right, so we're going to need to take on Coimbra first. He's got 19% of the troops. 5 months. We need to take that down to 3, and then we're going to gather near Coimbra. He will gather there, so... Given that the Duke of Portugal is not going to go now, we'll go there and just dump down. In fact, we'll go there, because then we can go either way. Right, that's the 3-month warning. Because running out of cash is actually going to be our big problem in this war. On the plus side, we're not that far off being able to get money off the Pope, which we're going to need. Come on, you little bastards, fire. He's got a culture conversion in before he decided to abandon me. That one. Bohemia's a really fun country to play, I have to say. Holy shit, we pulled it off. Nice. I mean, if we need to, we've got emergency gold there. But I'd rather not use that for it. I will not be threatened. Let's drop that to 2. No, he's not pulled his troops up where we need him to be. Right, let's go smack some troops around. There we go. Little fucker waited. We need someone on cash. Collect taxes. Chancellor will be you for now. Interesting, no one else went, which is good. Let's get our allies in. Call allies. Kaiser, come on in. King Randolph, come on in. Right, I think we are going to have to go over this way and go for these guys. Let's go up to 3. Right, we are going to catch him. We've got a decent commander in there as well. What we are going to have to do is go and deal with them getting on Burgos. So let's go and knock some people off of Burgos first. Any of this? Stress, but then... I get a weak hook. Let's try and intercept these ones. That worries me, but I think we'll be alright. Yeah. Let's get Burgos free. The English are already turning up. Don't really want to start torturing people at the moment. This is the one that worries me. Who's in that one? Oh, it's you, you little fucker. Not anymore. Chat, remind me we've got a ton of betrothals to break. Right, Magnus is dead, but he should still be in the war, so that's fine. Let's get rid of all of these. Yeah, England's got their own problems, but the Kaiser should still be inbound. We need to capture someone soon though, because we do need to get some ransoms going on. But even that's better than nothing. Does the Pope like us? Please tell me the Pope likes us. The Pope does like us, right? That's cool. We're going to get gold in the 3 months from the Pope. Don't want to release him, because I want to give him territory. There we go, Kaiser's turned up. No, this is the thing, this is why I needed the war to kick off before he died. Because it would work, and because I think it was his son that got elected. Technically, I think we still have the alliance. No, we don't. We don't. So, this is actually a pointless betrothal for us now. I mean, it's his brother, so we might be able to renew that. Give me a hook on him. Right, let's smack these guys around. And let's get some sieges going on. Pope, give me some gold. Thank you very much. That's our money problem sorted. How are we looking at supply in this army? 87, that's fine. Go siege that down. Seven months. Should be alright. As long as the Kaiser does some useful work here. I'd much rather he was off killing things rather than following us around though. But I mean, we'll make do. Just need to watch them sieging Burgos. They will go for Burgos, but we should get that first and have time to get back. Like, you've got two armies. Do something fucking useful with them. Go sit on there. Stay there. Right, remember all we were trying to do there was break that siege. So that's fine. You lot, have you got a siege commander we can give you? Go sit on that. That's another bit of victory points. Go kill them. He's both impressive and loathsome. That was a bit closer than I would have liked, but... Right, we've basically got this now. So I'm going to go back and help on that siege, just so that we don't get sniped on it. Because we might need to go and deal with that. Right, did our daughters... Ah, that's annoying. Gonna guess we haven't got anyone who's got good traits. We don't. It's gonna have to be us. So we might want to switch and get pedagogy. I doubt we can invite any geniuses. Because they won't just sort of turn up. There needs to be a filter on here that allow you to kind of go invite to court. I mean, the thing is, she's 13, so actually very shortly we will get her to educate other people. I don't think she's going to be our inheritor. I think she's going to educate. I mean, she's got nice stats though, but that she's trusting, content, and wrathful, so I don't think we're going to want her to be our ruler. I think most likely we're going to do her. I'd pretty certain I'd know if we had any we could get over. I just don't think we do. Because the minus 50 base reluctance always screws you. Like, it's incredibly rare. What we could do is see if we've got someone we can marry to him, and that would get him over. But I don't think we've got anyone on our court. She's already married. She's 40. "41. Good steward though. "43. Because they'll get the childbearing penalty. Like, she's probably the best we could do. She's too pricey. I mean, the other thing we want to be doing is seeing if there's any of these that are of different faith that we can just execute for dread, but I think they'll all be Catholics, apart from our one that we actually want to do something with. Speaking of, his brothers need to die. I think what we essentially do is she comes of age in 3 years, at which point she's a genius who can educate our kids. That trusting is going to be a nightmare, but we'll have to deal with it. So I think she is our most likely heir. So we are going to have to put her on intrigue, even though she's not going to get great intrigue boosts from it. And I think for now, we educate her. At least we can then maybe get some traits in before she gets ruined by the other kid. Right, that is enough to end this war. Right. Damn, son, you're losing that war. Right, he's going to lose that war. Let's end that betrothal. We'll marry his successor. Right. Now here's where we can get clever. So first things first. Coimbra, you rebelled against me, didn't you? Give me that back. Fuck off out of my kingdom. Where are you? Court. Prisoners. Hey Abu Bakr. How would you like to convert, join my court, and give me a weak hook? I currently play as Emperor is trusting, honest, and different, and I'm guessing diligent. Tons of stress, but absolutely, yeah, but I mean, that's your stress. Congrats, Abu Bakr. You are going to be the new Duke I will give you both of them of Cantabria. Do you have any more tips on gaming piety when there is no cash for pilgrimages? The easiest way to do it is to go to war with people of a different faith, or find ways of getting people of a different faith to rebel against you. That will also work. I think we are going to ditch these troops down. Or ping yourself onto the theologian track, because you will get a ton of random events related to generating piety. Yeah, 3 months. We can deal with that being out of the action for 3 months. Right. Murders. We want that hook on the Kaiser. Oh no, we should get the alliance back when we marry. If we marry. Unless he's got titles. He's unlanded, so we're fine. So in 2 years we should get that alliance with Kaiser Ordolf. Yes, events are related to your lifestyle. The game will generally give you events that relate to your lifestyle path. So if you're on a piety path, you will get a bunch of events that relate to piety. If you're on an intrigue path, you'll get a bunch that will relate to intrigue. I mean, how long's that on that? It's 13 months out on the Kaiser. I don't think we need that. I'm tempted to cancel that. Can I explain how you're going to gaining land without going to war? Well, so if you've just been watching, you'll have actually seen the first part of it. So, inheritance in CK3. So there's different ways we're doing this, but the big one we're doing now is inheritance in CK3 works on a hierarchical system. So we are a kingdom. We have absolute crown authority. People who are our dukes, such as Duke Abu Bakr here, cannot inherit stuff outside and leave our kingdom unless the stuff outside is a higher rank. Abu Bakr is the heir to this duchy. And we know he's the heir to this duchy because essentially what we did was we kidnapped this guy's kid, we imprisoned him, we converted him to Catholicism, we recruited him, and then we gave him a duchy within our territory. So when this guy dies in an unfortunate spider-related accident very soon, then essentially we will gain all of that territory if we've managed to kill his brothers before he dies. And suddenly we will have an awful lot of Spain. Now obviously this relies on the fact that you can't do it with kingdom titles if we're just a kingdom. So this is why we need to push for the empire. That's why I'm kind of worried about this one. Because if he manages to turn this into a kingdom before we can do this, we're screwed. But yeah, so that's one way we're doing it. Double histofact. Okay. Oh, I can do a double histofact in one go. So Operation Chastise, which was the Dam Busters raid in World War II. So Operation Chastise, one of the planes that didn't come back from Operation Chastise, one of the Lancaster bombers that was carrying one of the upkeep bombs to blow up the dam, actually was taken out by power lines because they had to fly so low, and it hit a pylon and crashed in Germany. Now, interestingly, actually, side fact, the bomb, the rear gunner on the plane ahead actually saw it happen, and he thought, and for years it was talked about, that the plane had actually been shot down, because what he saw was the sudden lots of flashes of light and then the plane crash. So he assumed it was flak, and it wasn't flak, it was the power cables whipping around. But anyway, the plane crashed, but the bomb survived. So the upkeep bomb survived the crash and ended up in a field. The mayor of the nearest German town when they found the plane, and before the German army got there, they thought it was a fuel tank. So he climbed on top of the upkeep bomb thinking it was a fuel tank and gave this rousing speech to the people of the town about how the murder from the air, we'd managed to get one down, but also this fuel tank has enough fuel in it to power all of our vehicles for the rest of the year and blah blah blah, not realizing he was standing on one of the biggest bombs in the world in the time. Luckily, when the German army guys turned up, they told him not, and kind of therefore pushed him off the bomb and said, you might not want to stand on that, mate, it is a very big and powerful bomb. Anyway, your second histofact related to this. The only reason that modern historians have an engineering schematic, an accurate engineering schematic of the upkeep bombs, i.e. the bombs that were used in the dam raids, is because the Germans dismantled that upkeep and very meticulously drew all the engineering diagrams for it, because they wanted to know how it worked. So they carefully deconstructed it, did proper engineering diagrams for it, everything else. The British never did any engineering diagrams for the upkeep bombs. We've got sketches, and we got working sketches from when we were building them, but they never got round to doing actual engineering drawings when they were making them. So the only reason that historians have accurate engineering diagrams for the upkeep bombs used by the Dam Busters raiders is because the Germans were kind enough to do an engineering diagram of the one that they captured after shooting down the plane. So there you go, two histofacts in one. So yay German efficiency. Right, do we cancel this fabricate hook or do we keep it? Because it's 13 months, but I feel like we should act quickly to try and sort this out as a priority. So I think we ditch that. So this guy's brothers need to die. Because the more of his brothers that die, the more he's going to inherit. Let's get some murders going on. Right, we also need to deal with our other rebellious vassals. So who do we still have in prison? I think the counts we just let out. There's no reason not to just let them out, really. it's a bit of a thing. The main problem we've got is if we kill him now, the kingdom's going to split. Maybe we should kill him first, because then we could kill the kids. I mean, what I really want to do is execute some people for the dread, but we can't. So he's only got one title anyway, so I am tempted to just... Well, actually, no, we might as well just revoke the title. I mean, give it to someone new who... Because we can still get the money for ransoming him. And then we just give that title to someone else. Which is Benevente. We'll give it to somebody who likes us, or who will like us. Enrique, you can have it. My former betrothed. Yeah, you're losing. You got way too many titles. Give me all your titles. So, I'm tempted to keep hold of... I mean... Have we got any other... We've got a Duchess in prison, haven't we? Can you stop showing me people with titles? We want not ruler. And only show me Basque people. Congrats, Galindo. We will give Galindo here Viseo as well. And then we won't give him Castille Blanco. That can go to someone else. Go to Belasco here. But then... Count Galindo, we will give you the Duchy of Coimbra. Yeah, so who's the one who's marrying into Well, I mean, we don't need to, because if we're not planning on making her our ruler, technically we can just let that go. The only problem is it's not matrilineal. It is matrilineal, so we can just let that go. Because we don't have to legitimize her. And actually, if they pop out Sprog, they will technically be Jimena, and then we could give the Sprog some land and have them as a dynasty person. But she won't be gone because she's matrilineal. I mean, she will be gone when he inherits. But that's fine, because we can still send our kids to her to educate. Although that said, no, we can break that now if we want to. So she is our one that's giving us Duke Nuno, so that's fine. We want to keep that one. This one is we've just broken. So this is our heir. This is current, as current things stand, this is our heir. So yeah, the alternative is we drop that betrothal, which will piss him off. Well, I think we keep our own betrothal because in 2 years that should give us an alliance back with him, because they're brothers, and he's only 46, so we've got a few years left on him. And as we're 41, we're not going to get good alliances by marrying ourselves off anymore. Like, she is, as things stand, our heir, and we should actually legitimize her now. So she is our legal heir. That's our middle kid who doesn't currently have. She's a potential heir, but not a guaranteed heir. And she's the one who is on a regular marriage to Nuno's son. Which isn't the end of the world. I mean, there's like no reason not to revoke that. And ransom him. So that's a Via, which we can then give to Enko here. Yeah, well, that's the beauty of it, is after we've revoked, because essentially, as long as they've got at least 100 in the bank, so we wouldn't for him, because he's only got 66 in the bank, but we get more money for him. I mean, essentially, there's no reason not to just revoke these and just give them out again. Monterey, got that to... Give me... ideally, I want commoners. Manrique, how much cash you got? You got exactly 100 gold. Yeah, good job. Give me a title. Because the gold thing goes up in increments. Also, welcome to the stream, Minpink Kitty. Good name. Right, you are just free money. So you can just give us free money. How much money have you got? 67. Actually, we'd better off just ransoming you then. So we'll just ransom you. Right, we are well off for gold now, which means... Oh, look, we've got a friendly sheik who likes killing people. Welcome to our schemes. We have one more thing we need to give away. Where is it? Prava. Any commoners around? No commoners. That's annoying. Game looks so fun, but every time I try and play it, I get so lost. The trick is, honestly, is do the tutorial, start in Ireland, and the key thing I'd say is don't think of it as a territorial simulator. Territory is something that happens, but really what you're doing is it's a dynasty simulator. And don't be worried if you wax and wane. So what I mean by that is sometimes you're going to have lots of territory, sometimes you're going to have not a lot. But it really is about dynasties and maintaining control and alliances through marriage and all this kind of stuff. But also never start as a kingdom. Everyone makes the mistake of starting as a kingdom. Start as a duke or a count and then just learn one thing at a time. That's all you need to do. Don't kind of try and master it. It's brilliant. Once you get it going, it's perfect. Right, someone redeemed something. It is basically a murder incest simulator is always the joke, isn't it? And I don't think it's inaccurate. Original Wibbler redeemed a book. Let me go get you a book. Book. What should we go with? Oh yeah, there we go. Or yeah, no, go that one. So this is quite hard to find, but if you can find it, find it. This is The Reluctant Admiral. This is by Hiroyuki Ogawa. It's a biography of Yamamoto, the Japanese admiral, one of the key Japanese admirals in World War II. What's good about it and why I highly recommend it is because it is a translation of Hiroyuki Ogawa's Japanese one. So a lot of the time when you see biographies of Yamamoto over in the West, they're written by Western historians. And even if you kind of understand Japanese as a Western historian, it's a whole different culture, and you don't have the archive access and everything else that a native Japanese does. So honestly, like if you can find it, and that kind of period of history interests you, The Reluctant Admiral by Yamamoto and the Imperial Navy by Hiroyuki Ogawa. Definitely get that one. It's an absolutely brilliant read. And John Bester does the translation, and it's a pretty damn good translation, to be fair. Found CK2 in my library 1 month ago. Bought CK3 2 weeks later. Yeah, CK3 is the most polished game Paradox have ever released as a launch title. Like, hands down. Right, so we've got an agent coming into that scheme, so that's good. We still need to give out one bit of territory, don't we? What was it? Pravia. We're out of Basque people. We've got any commoners? Don't have claims. Yeah, you can have any. That drops us to 6, which is fine. So we've got cash in the bank. We're 1 over our limit. He's actually going to push us back under our limit, so we'll be fine. That'll be on 6. So yeah, start as a duke. If you're starting out for the first time, start as a duke or something like that. Don't do it as a thing. We could make a push for this as well, or Algarve. Algarve would be relatively easy to get, because we'd only have to give him a county title, which we could give him this one. Yeah, we need twice schemed as soon as possible. Is twice schemed what we're getting next? It is. Excellent. We've almost got it. Right, we're keeping that count we've got in jail. Right, twice schemed. I am concerned about this, so I think we are gonna murder him now. Oh, we can't murder him until for 3 years. That's annoying. Can we abduct him? Ooh, we've got a good chance of abducting him. And then he might just accidentally die in our prison. So we've got 95% chance of killing. That would actually be perfect. Would you like to come and join in with this? Come join this scheme. Right, let's build one building. Somewhere useful. Let's get some more money. Oh, hang on, aren't we? How much do we need to build the Grand Cathedral? We could save up the 1,000 for the Grand Cathedral. That would be very useful. Maybe we save up for that. Or we could knock fields up there. Yeah, Alfred Wessex is a good fun start if you want to start something. A lot of it also slightly depends on whether you're running the DLC or not. Also, by the way, don't forget, if you've got Xbox Game Pass PC, you get this game free. It is in your Game Pass. I think a lot of people don't spot that it is a Game Pass game. So you can get it on Game Pass. Let's upgrade that. So we might as well stick with this and get Schema. And I think we're going to go Diplomacy because we want Groom to rule. Oh no, we've got to educate our kid now, haven't we? So we should really be pushing for Pedagogy. I genuinely think you want the DLC if you just want to get it straight off the bat, get it. The DLC makes, essentially is Northern Lords, so it makes all of the Viking stuff really, really interesting. And I actually think that's some of the best content in the game. Right, don't you dare create a kingdom title before I manage to abduct you. Yeah, plus you get the jewels and you get poetry. The poetry stuff is amazing. So I would honestly, if you're getting the game, get the DLC. In fact, I think some of the best and most fun starts you can have are some of the early Norse starts. So you go for, say, Halfdan in New York is a really fun start. Right, we are on tenterhooks here, because if these plots come off, we're laughing. We're about to inherit a lot of territory. Right, let's carry on with our cultural conversions. Doesn't really matter hugely where we go with these, but let's carry on with here. Control boosts. Let's help them out in Pravia. I mean, it's proper Vogon poetry. Sheik Raf tells me that a local celebration in Burgos, the home of Abbas, is struggling with money. If it's held, it would draw lots of people, both high and low, to the area. Perfect. And yeah. Gain local infiltrators. Yes, please. Come on. 85% is the most chance we can get on this. Count Ladron escaped. Outrageous. We might have to imprison him again. Motherfucker! Can we get anyone else in? Come on, in you come. It's a lot of gold, but we at least push us into the positives. There we go. Come on. We're not married yet. When he's betrothed, but what we'll actually do is we'll use stewardship. Sheik Raf is preparing a special trip for young Abbas. The child trusts he will be brought on an enjoyable day in the forest. Abbas will unfortunately get lost and be impossible to find before nightfall. Oh, he was so young too. Abbas is dead! The search went long into the night before it was called off and reconvened at dawn. It was only then that the body was found, bloodied and mangled and torn after an attack by some vicious beast. Death by forest +1. Let me add to the commands. Where are we? Spider command, isn't it? Spiders. Killed 2 people now with a forest. With forests, I suppose. It might not be the same forests. Killed 2 people with forests. There you go, the command has been updated. Show me your murder spiders if you have murder spiders. It wasn't a spider, but I don't have a murder forest emote. We are going to get crit stressed from that, but I mean, deal with that. Let's go, let's punch someone, because we're less likely to get a sexually transmitted disease from punching someone. Next kid that needs to die. Right, let's see if we abduct this guy. Come on, come on, come on. We got him. Right, he can't form a kingdom while he's in prison. Kill you. Kill you. So has our daughter come of age yet? I mean, I think we do kind of want to keep this. Because his titles will split up a lot when he dies. What we do want to do is prevent that guy from escaping. So we do need to move him into the dungeon. And if he dies in the dungeon, so be it. Green tinted roast duck. We could do green tinted roast duck. I think I need another... another 10 subscriptions. We're at 41 subs. So I think if we get 10 more, we'd hit the right point for it. I think. I haven't checked. We need this guy in. But we can't afford to bribe him. So remember, as things stand, this is a duchy. This is his heir. He is already a duke in our territory. If the emir here dies, and our dude inherits, that all becomes part of Castille. And then we are really cooking with gas. We could ask for a loan from the Holy Order if they've got enough, but they don't have enough, unfortunately. Which is a shame. Pope Gold would have been nice as well. We can get that guy in. How much are you going to cost us? 63, yeah, come in on that. I mean, we should get a gold opportunity from that, shouldn't we? Yoink. Let's get you in on that one. Oh, hang on, actually, you might be cheaper. Yeah, you're much cheaper. Get in on this one. And you get in on that one. Yeah, sure. Don't expect me to do anything, but I will join you in it. 95.95. Now watch the game fail to kill both of them. What's the situation in Aragon at the moment? It is actually a Muslim kingdom. Well, you say what is the situation in Aragon? I will tell you that the situation in Aragon is that they have just declared war on us. And apparently our scheme has been discovered. Yeah, basically the Kaiser's in his own war, so... France. Got any kids you want to marry? Arrange marriage? No, find spouse. Alliance power. Really? She's our heir. Croatia's got decent-ish troops. Scotland would probably be better. Scotland will get it quicker. And they're not in a war. do that. Right. So most of his troops are actually coming from this guy who is in our prison. So he can't join, surely. Because he's in our prison. I mean, actually, the easiest thing we can do... Yeah, you can abduct kings and rulers. It's just much harder to do. This is going to annoy me, because we're going to fail to kill this kid now. I can't afford to do that, because we've got to raise troops. Oh well. Right, first things first. Let's get him into the war. Who can we ransom who isn't? I don't think he can join that war, because I'm pretty certain if you're in prison, you can't join a war. Like, he's literally in our dungeon. I mean, if nothing else, it's an interesting test. Nice thing, of course, is we can hire a holy order, and it is not going to cost us anything. Scotland, do you want to get in on this war, please? I mean, trust me, he is going to lose this war. No, look, it says he's coming on the war. That shouldn't be possible. I can execute him, but I don't want to execute him yet, because we want these kids dead first. I mean, that kid's not going to die. But we might as well try it out. Rashid's time has come. All things fall eventually. Kingdoms, ladies, children pushed from high places. My agent will leave a trail of sweets leading up, 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 high enough to set little Rashid's stomach tingling. Once at the top, he will find a basket full of treats hanging over the wall, and as he reaches down to untie the rope, it would be so easy for him to slip. Rashid is dead. They found his mangled corpse on the ground. Candies scattered on the ground around him. His young face was permanently twisted into an expression of surprise and terror. Gravity sweets. Gravity sweets. Let's update the command. Killed 2 people with gravity sweets. The command has been updated. Indeed, very sudden onset diabetes. Executing him can invalidate their participation in the war. I think it will, because our vassal is going to inherit. But I do want to see if we can pull off this first. Although he's only going to inherit sheikdom, so it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world if we But we've got 1 month left. Basically, we'll see if this... We might get really lucky. The game's screwed us so many times. The game owes us a bit of luck. Let's see if this fires in 2 months, and if not, we'll execute him. How close are we to Schema? Nuno is preparing a special trip for young Umar. The child trusts he will be brought into an enjoyable day in the forest. No, he escaped. Right, in which case we might as well just execute Daddy. Interesting. Right, let's execute Daddy, because I think that should invalidate his war participation. Unless the game does something really stupid. Like Sod's Law is now, watch, it'll actually inherit out of our kingdom somehow magically. Just because. Right, prison. But that is definitely, you should not be able to do that. Yoink! Look at that. Yeah, I mean, his son doesn't like me, but... And he's got a lot of troops, holy shit. I'm pretty certain they are no longer in the war. Yep. No, it says he's in the war. How is he still in the war? Well, you know the advantage of that. He's at war against me. We can just steal the thing off of him. Right, what we really need here is to jump back one and get bailiffs. Also, husband dear, can you flip to manage domain, please? Thank you. Right, she is an intricate web weaver, which means we would really like her to educate our heir. No, not break betrothal. New guardian. Would you please educate our daughter and player? And would you please educate your sister as well? This is so whack though. Can we abduct another heir for when we get a stack of territory back? It is a good question, because I was thinking that we might be able to go for one of this guy's kids and do the same thing. He's got a lot of boys. That is going to come if he dies. So that's the one that we did try and kill, I think, and failed. So if we manage to kill him, we'll get that. A lot of boys going on there. This is essentially the prime target. So I think what we probably want to do is just start murdering. Yeah, these guys, the Aftersids, dealt with Cordoba for us, which is very kind of them. This might actually be enough for us to wipe peace out. Oh, only -4, so if we smash his army, that should be enough for us to wipe peace. Should be enough. Oh, 0. That's annoying. Our troops should be better than their troops. Particularly if the Scots tag along. As long as the Scots come in on this, we'll win. Yeah, please, carry on coming in, lads. Throw all your troops in there. Right, let's get out of this war. Because whatever money we make off of it is not going to eclipse what we're losing with it. Okay. Give me schema. We're not educating any of our kids anymore, so let's get over and sort this out before we fail to get it sorted. So just flip over there and let's get groomed to rule. We need to go lash out against someone. Right, we need to stabilize this kingdom now. This is another tip I'd say, is don't always fight, don't assume you need to fight every war to a win. Sometimes you are just fighting for white peace. Like, think about how much money you're going to lose overall versus how much you might gain or what you might gain out of it. And just go, actually, bosh. So, he's Catholic Andalusian. He's not as powerful as he was a minute ago, but he is going to build back up to strength. But his total strength is fine. We can deal with that. I mean, we kind of want Abu Bakr to rebel, because then we can just steal all his titles off of him. I mean, he's not a prisoner. He's our prisoner, but he's not. If Abu Bakr dies, we want Valencia. Right, let's get rid of those, because that'll ping us back into credit. I want his land to split up as well. Right, so we're doing some child murder over there. Yeah, if the Duke rebels, you start with 50% war score. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I think we're getting close to the Empire title, which is what we really need, because then we can actually just get these guys to swear fealty. I think we need a bit more yet, though. Yeah, we need another 23 counties. So we are getting there. I think we keep working on this, and we keep working on... We need to try and stabilise the head of the inheritance. Holy crap, I'm prego. Oh, I watched my agent stuff the deadly spider into a small bag. We're going to take the extra 4 months on that, because I'm not going into debt. We should be quite close to Pope Gold, actually. So she's Countess Sol of Salamanca. Do build up your cities, or you might migrate to Cordoba when you have it, since more development. It's a good question. It is a good question. We could go... Cordoba is quite tasty. It's development 33. So I suspect what we actually do is we move to Cordoba. Like, we will probably move the capital there. I don't think that building stays active, does it? The Great Mosque. I think you have to be Muslim to get the benefits of the Grand Mosque. Does our Archbishop not like us? I wonder why our Archbishop doesn't like us. He does not. He should like us. Let's sway him. Oh, it's for Christian and Muslim, it says. At least when I played Roman Empire yesterday. That'd be nice if that is good if we can get it. I'm slightly worried about us overreaching ourselves is the main thing. So I think we need to chill slightly and focus on doing what we need to do here. If we're going to do it, we need to abduct this kid before he comes of age. That kid is going to need to die as well. Oh, fuck off. Like, we literally just did that for 2 seconds. Right, we are doing deadly spiders. Yeah, we'll give it a go. The deed is done. Wanako will never get to grow up, and will never know the pains and pleasures of this world. Apparently it was a quick death, the venom doing its job even before my agent had left the room. Show me your murder spiders. I will update the command. We have spidered 6 people to death. Your command is updated, chap. It's worth a visit. Yeah, I mean, Cordoba's on my list. I really want to get back to travelling again after fucking all of this stuff ends. Right, yeah, I think we need to be very careful here. And we need to just focus on stabilising our increased sized realm. At least we're out of that war. which is a very annoying war given that we weren't no longer allied. Right, we can get Pope Gold. That's going to help us. Right, we need to calm things down within our kingdom. They're going to break free from him, which is not a bad thing for us, to be honest. Because they'll get freedom from him, but they won't get freedom from us. So he's about to become a hell of a lot weaker. Stop having children. But he's only heir to the sheikdom, so we could leave him alive, and he's only heir to a sheikdom. And he's the duke. Oh yeah, Spain, as you can see, is a very murderous place. So we can actually create the sheikdom of Cordoba. I feel that we should actually just get some of these created. Yeah, I think Leon is probably the one we want to create. Apparently we have a beautiful daughter. Interesting. So we have an official spare now. We may have to disinherit her, so let's keep our renown going. Right, so he's 7. Yeah, only the smart ones get called Araka from now on. Let's murder that kid. Our marshal died, so he's pissed off about not having a position. I am tempted to give it to him. Yeah, go on in. I know he's not the world's greatest marshal. I do think essentially stabilising the kingdom is our goal now. Remembering we are 45 and we are stressed, so we do need to do some kind of stress relief event. We can probably do a hunt when we get the gold. We could just go shag in a brothel. There we go. So we're on Majesty for Groom to Rule and Thoughtful. If you hadn't had legitimised the other one before she was born, would you have been able to do so after? Yes. You're actually better off not legitimising them and then just legitimising them on demand, so to speak. We will imprison someone. Oh, fuck off. This game hates me. He'll come in for the right amount of cash, but we're not going to get the right amount of cash. We might as well try it. Try it and see if we can finish it out. But we are going to need to kidnap that kid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no harm, it's been discovered already, so we might as well let it run again. I'll take the small donations. Yeah, we... new Duke, so he goes in there. Let's get some of that going on. You should probably actually be doing cultural conversions again. You can do religious conversions and should be on all of this frickin' territory, even though it's going to take you like forever. We should actually stash some gold because we're blatantly going to get a big Muslim uprising. The game's trying to compensate for me being too good. Yeah, there is an element of that. Right, you can come in. You are definitely worth bringing in on this. Because it's not like it can be discovered again. A bit of stress loss, nice. One of Little Lub's wet nurses is willing to do what needs to be done for enough compensation. I wave my agent away before she finishes describing the purpose of the sharp needle. It's a lot of gold, but dear child. The deed is done. Lub will never grow up or understand the world around him. A simple sharp iron needle against the ear. You. What did we mark that one down as on the list? Is that death by knitting needle? We have killed one person with a knitting needle. There you go. Chat commands updated. Well... I kind of think it's not a sewing accident, because, you know, it was deliberate. Ice pick I quite like, but it's not an ice pick. I definitely think knitting needle. Right, I think we should make our first... Well, no, we need to save... Let's save gold up, and then let's try and kidnap him. So let's get like 200 gold in the bank, and then let's see if we can kidnap him. Right, this is stabilised out. Did he win? I think he did win. Wait, he's my prisoner. I can revoke his titles without being viewed as a tyrant. I believe the word you're looking for is yoink. Right. Yeah, he lost and got deposed. So she's now a duchess there, and she's Catholic and Andalusian, so that's fine. If I demanded his conversion, I could have done, but it would have released him. And that's actually not useful for us. Because remember, we need a ducal title that we can give to Bilal here, assuming we manage to kidnap him. So it's 20% chance, but hopefully we can get someone in. Abbas! Abbas is our favourite person. You want Toledo? You definitely don't get Toledo. So we need to hold on to Toledo for now. We can give away a bunch of territory on it, but we need to hold on to it. So Madrid. Let's give these to some good Catholic people. You get that. Uckles. Because that's definitely how the Spanish pronounce it. You can have Uckles. Oh yeah, look, there's always, as we're discovering, there's like that one guy who's like, yep, I'll kill whoever you want. I'll kill whoever you want, just give me the money. Right, Toledo we're going to have to hang on to for a bit. Which is fine. So she is intricate web weaver as well. Not the greatest stats. That's middle daughter, isn't it? So we are pinning a lot of hope at the moment on... No, that's our heir, isn't it? No, that's our potential heir. So fucking trusting. She is sadistic though, so she is going to be able to murder her own children. So that is useful. How far are we from Empire? We're about 20 provinces away from Empire, a bit less. If we get this, we'll be well on the way. Rodrigo has passed away. Was he the terrible archbishop? Oh no, we've got to start again with an even worse archbishop. Pope's got the Knights Hospitaller. Good to know. Now I wonder if we want to hedge our bets here. Only 5%. If the big man wants to come in on that, we might get away with it. Miriam wants in. Come on in, Miriam. We want Groom to rule. It's too risky. We're at full percentage chance on that already, so there's no point gambling on it. Good morning, Zonahedron. Yes, we have used our same vassalization trick to get out of that, and actually he's just grown a bit over there. And we're currently working on the Aftersids, and I'm reasonably confident we're going to get the Aftersids as well. Why are all our archbishops rubbish? Indeed, we have terrible archbishops just constantly. Yeah, Abbas only does murders, he's not into kidnapping. Griffrig has redeemed a random book. Okay, random book. Let's go. Let's go, random book. Well, we did naval last time, didn't we? Oh, Chromacam's failed. Not quite sure what's going on there. Let me try and restart some things. Yeah, indeed. Oh no. Your camera is turned off. It definitely isn't. Right, give me a second, chat, and I will reset some things. In fact, what I will actually do is restart the game as well, because my sound's gone a bit funny. I don't know about yours. So let me very quickly, let's exit the game. Hopefully you've got me back on mic. Let me just restart the game quickly. And then we will play Why Isn't the Camera Working? So Crusader Kings is coming back up now. Do say if you can hear me, just so I know you can hear me. That is always a good thing to test. So give me a yes if you can hear me. Excellent, you can hear me. So let's check our audio. So we have audio showing here. But let me see if... I now have music back. Now hopefully you have music back as well. When in doubt, turn the webcam on and off again. There we go. With my extreme technical ability, you should now have, while that boots up, camera. Yay. Book. What should we go with? What we got floating on the naval shelf? Oh yeah, no, there we go. So, let's see if we can get that focused. If I move my face off of it, it might focus on it. If I hide behind it. Or not. Is it blurring the background? That might be Chroma Cam blurring the background. Show background. There you go. Sorted. This is In the Name of the Prince, Maltese Corsairs, 1760 to 1798. It is a good history and account of the Knights Hospitallers corsairing against Muslim nations. You get lots of things like nice tables of what they were kind of seizing and all of this kind of stuff. But obviously they were essentially pirates, the Pope's own navy they were known as, and from operating out of Malta, and they used to conduct piracy against everyone. Hence why the Ottomans tried to conquer Malta and get rid of them. But it's a really good book focusing on the kind of on their piracy side and on their navy. So I highly recommend it. It's quite hard to find. You can find it in the Naval Museum in Valletta. They always have copies in there, but you can probably get it online, I'd have thought, as well. But yeah, so like, you know, you get lots of really good read. Really good read. So, you know, like lots of pictures like that. Good. It's very readable as well. It's not particularly academic. It is based on someone's original PhD, but they've done a really good job of rewriting it so that it's actually really readable. But yeah, so there you go. In the Name of the Prince, Maltese Corsairs, 1760 to 1798. Yes, before the Knights Air Force, the Knights Navy. Right, let's get back on the shelf and get back to what we were doing. So, before our game crash, hello Blind's Eye View. We are currently in the middle of trying to abduct this kid. So so that we can make him the Duke of Toledo. Failing that, we will have his brother. One of these guys is going to become the Duke of Toledo. And then we will kill Daddy. What luck! My agents have discovered a way into the study where Bilal keeps his drafted Leicesters. Yeah, we'll take intercepted communications. So this is the kid we do want to do it to, because he's actually intelligent. He wouldn't actually be a bad husband for us, to be honest. Very tempted, actually, to make him our husband. Because we could matrilineally marry him, and that would get us Cordoba. And we want to move our capital to Cordoba. So Cordoba would be a lovely capital because of the high dev. Insanely high dev down in Cordoba. Oh, nice, they fixed it so that she founds her own dynasty. Can't we ransom? Oh well, apparently someone died. She's got a daughter now. Granddaughter, but not of our dynasty. She's quick though, so potential marry her back in. She is going to be very good at stewardship. We will put her on intrigue. Sweet, we got Bilal. We do have a dangerous faction. It's going to be the... Yeah, that's fine. It's going to be all of the Muslim counties, so we'll knock that down easy enough. This guy, I do think we want to deal with. I mean, for a start, we're going to demand conversion off of them. Which does mean we've now got a valid reason to imprison him. Which we could... If we hook him... So if we hook him, we can get him in prison. Yeah, sure, fun. Have fun. When does this fire? 9 months. So we got 9 months. We won't do anything for 9 months because we want the gold. Because if we're going to get dragged into some wars, we are very much, I think, in kingdom. This is our last bit we kind of want to get today. After that, I think we're very much in kingdom stabilization for our heir. Does our frickin' priest like us yet? No, but he's getting there. Yeah, but if I hook him, I can get him in prison and then revoke. Like, I'd rather do it without fighting if I can do it without fighting. We are 48, so it's actually not inconceivable that we let this daughter inherit. Depends on what we could potentially just marry her to someone who's got a lot of intrigue and compensate for her lack of intrigue that way. So that would do us. She is not called Urarka, that is true. She is a Hemina. But she is beautiful. It kind of depends on how she turns out, because she's gluttonous, trusting and sadistic, and that's not the greatest, to be bluntly honest. Sovereigns, what is your end goal? We are conquering the whole of Spain with female Catholic rulers only, and we are not allowed to start any wars. That is our goal. So we are getting this achievement. Bing, bing, bing. We're going to get these 2 achievements. But it was just too easy to do them simply. So we might as well do them the hard way. And really, because it allows me to kind of show what you can do with the diplomatic options in this. You don't need to... Sweet. We have both of those kids in prison. So the Cordoba one we want, because we want our capital in Cordoba. So that's fine. So his elder brother is now 11. So when he turns of age, we are going to demand conversion, get a hook on him, and force him to become part of our court. Then we are going to give him Toledo, and we're going to make him the Duke of Toledo. Then we're going to kill his dad, which means he's going to inherit that. But because we're a king and he's only a duke, that territory is all going to join our kingdom. Can someone explain how I, as a vassal, can create a faction to become a liege? I want to become king of France, currently a duke. Couple of ways to do it. So, factions, you can create independence factions yourself. You can create claimant factions if you've got a claim and are able to do it. The easiest way for you to get a claim if you do not normally have one is if you go onto the stewardship path, and if you go for the administrator, the very first one on the administrator allows you to do a scheme that allows you to create a claim throne against your liege. So you do that, then you start your faction and do it that way. Welcome to the stream, Hodsy87. Line only acceptable on CK. We have both those kids in prison. Yes. Well, this is why we have both those kids in prison, because it does mean that if Kid A, to go a bit Radiohead, won't convert. So if Kid A here won't convert because he is zealous, he may just have to die in prison. As long as his brother isn't zealous, we're fine, and his brother isn't zealous. But we can't, because he's a landed ruler, isn't our vassal. So what we're probably going to have to do, I mean, we don't need him to convert. It's just better if he converts. Because I think we can give him a title still. Fuck me, he's had another kid. Exactly, keeping kids with claims in prison wasn't so rare in the Middle Ages. Absolutely wasn't. I mean, either that, we can just kidnap the dwarf kid. I'm not going to do that yet, because we are facing a rebellion shortly. An anonymous gifter has 20 tier 1 subs. That's incredibly generous. Thank you very much, anonymous gifter. That is insanely generous. Bearded Wolf, Tom Baldwin, Mr. Darcy 1815, Counterface, Jagelius, Starferret, 104 Titanfire, Vardark, Sarden, Vindictive XTV, Tambor Tamre, Some Patchy Cloud, Captain Shiftkey, The Max Not Binary, DeFizzy1, Kilmatronics, Marty FGC, Like the Moon, Cranium Blood, and Tratosi. Enjoy your emotes. Yeah, I kind of feel like we should get multiple hallelujahs for that. Congrats to everyone who has a sub. You get your murder spiders. And that is enormously generous. Good God, she's ugly. She's hideous. They're not lying about that, are they? What are the prerequisites so that your vassal starts converting his lands? So you just need your vassal to have the same faith. The vassal will generally try and convert land if it's not of the faith that they are. And so what you want to do is confiscate lands off of people who are not your faith and give them to people who are your faith. And then not only can you turn around and start trying to convert their lands, but they will theoretically try and convert their lands as well. The only disadvantage you have is if it's not the religion of the country, in which case they're less likely to do it and they're more likely to convert to the religion of the country. So in my instance, as long as I give my Muslim vassals lands to Catholic people, they should start converting it themselves. This does not hold true for culture in the current build of the game. So in the current build of the game, vassals will never attempt to convert other people to their culture or to your culture. So one of the things I'm really looking forward to with the new culture rework is they will blatantly have fixed that. Because right now, for example, when we're trying to convert everywhere to Basque, it's actually quite hard for us. Because the only person who's doing Basque conversion in this whole frickin' place is us. Whereas with religion, gradually, this stuff will convert as we put Catholic rulers on the throne. But yeah, it's why when we did our Viking Byzantium run of conquering the Byzantines as the Vikings, it's why that was really quite hard, because we wanted to stay Norse, and that meant we were the only Norse people doing any Norse conversion. It was really, really hard. Because the question is, I'm not 100% convinced. I mean, but we can probably hook him to convert. Byzantines are doing quite well over there, actually. Georgia, what a... Wow. Go Georgia. Always nice to see a powerful Georgia. Georgia is always on my mind. Are we doing something about this dude? Oh yeah, we're getting a hook on him, aren't we? Because then we can yank him. Because what we'll actually do is imprison him, and we'll use the hook to do it. So the issue we've got is this kid here is really who we'd quite like, but he's already got a title, so we can't convert him. Yeah, the King of Georgia must have inherited an empire. Right, we have a weak hook on him. You are getting imprisoned. Welcome to prison. She does not have any claims. He is the primary heir. Because these are unpressed claims, which means they disappear when he dies. If I'm remembering my unpressed claims correctly. That's right, isn't it, chat? These claims will disappear when he dies. Thank you, Zonahedron. Yeah, I thought it was. So basically, if he spends some time in our dungeon and happens to die there. Oh dear, how sad. A deviant on the loose! Get out of my realm! Random naked people in my room. Well, I mean, we could revoke, but it's all going to shatter anyway. It's not so much that... So that the issue isn't that he's got the county of Malagon. The issue is more that he's got a claim on the Duchy of Toledo. But yeah, we could just revoke it. I mean, we're not going to be seen as a tyrant, so maybe we just do that. And then we can actually just... We could force him to renounce claims anyway. Or we could just take the gold off of him. Let's take the gold off of him. I don't think anyone else will try and push his claims. So I think we're fine. That is actually also in the Duchy of Toledo, so we can grant that to... Let's grant that to our half-brother. Congrats, half-brother. Because he's Catholic, so he should start to convert that. So our issue with this kid is he's not going to convert. I don't think that will matter. On the plus side, our bishop likes us now, so let's get him... He's on faith conversions, that's fine. We don't really need that sway scheme anymore. Let's end that. Burgos we're always going to keep hold of. Can we get anyone else in on this? Hey, Abbas! How you doing, Abbas? Remember us? Come on in. Abbas, we have paid Abbas so much money. He has done well off of us. Someone's plotting to kill one of my prisoners. Control. Let's do some on Toledo. Is there any Muslim kingdom on the peninsula right now? All the realms look like duchies when they show them out. Yeah, I think we've managed to prevent any kingdoms from rising. I think they are all duchies. Which was the problem we had last time round, was we accidentally created a kingdom. Oh, come on. Can we get anyone else in? We can. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to have an Assassin's Guild. We might as well give him an alliance. There's no harm in it. Right, going with some no guards. Well, hello! What a lovely little family we've got in prison. This guide's not having a lot of luck, really. Right, we're going to try him in... don't really want to break my alliance. Right, we're going to send our men-at-arms over there to do something. Go around there. We only need them to get some war score. Basque is clearly superior. I wish you could have something like the Vemic Court as a society you could join, a group, nobles looking for justice, etc. I think that will happen at some point. Do we really want Scotland still? We do. Yeah, fine. Our troops will go help with both. I think they will, because don't forget, CK2 had societies. Right, she is our heir. I mean, apart from gluttonous, she's actually pretty good, not least because we got sadistic. So, she's got terrible stewardship. And he's going to be a diplomat. Maybe. She's playable, that's the main thing. And more importantly, hang on, didn't we need to break that anyway? Because isn't that... Oh no, it is matrilineal, so it's fine. Well, the thing is, we should be able to just do this. That's a 4-month siege, and that will count as war score for us. So about swords, huh? Sweet, so we got a bit of that. Right, we're going to take Thoughtful. And then I think we are going to switch to Medicine. Piety? Be good to know when we're going to die, basically. And we might be about to get Pope Gold again. Give me some Pope Gold. Right, that is war score there. Get over there. Because the thing is, what it's going to come down to is whether we can give him a title, and we should be able to give him a title. I can't think of a reason why we wouldn't be able to give him a title. Oh yeah, Pope Gold early game is really, really useful. We should also use this as an opportunity because we got Pope Gold. Oh, you know what we should do? We're close to getting enough gold for the Grand Cathedral. So we should actually hold off and go for the Grand Cathedral. Because that's an extra 2 gold a month. Yeah, a month. Right, he's started an independence faction. Is he our rival now? Yeah, good luck with that. I do feel like he should die in a terrible accident. We're not actively plotting to kill anyone at the moment, so I think it's time that you died. Scotland we should now officially have helped because we sat on this bit for him. So I think that should count as helping. But just in case, let's dive over there. Was that actually that war? Yeah, no, but I think that counted. The Scotland war was over, so actually we can just disband these dudes now. Or bring them home at least. Let's bring them home. Did we give her... We haven't given her a guardian. Gonna give you... one of our daughters. Can I give you her? Fuck me. Holy Roman Empire's not doing well. We have plenty of gold. Santiago. Grand Cathedral, please. I do want to kind of make sure we are banking some good gold now. Because we are approaching risk point in death. So I think we will just bank a lot of gold. When the time comes, my agents will need a safe escape route out of Duke Bagger's castle. Fine. Still 95.90, that's fine. Yeah, let's see if there's anyone we can invite in just to top that up. Nope, fair enough. Might still put it off. Right, he's 15. The plan worked and Duke Abubakar of Dharnamid is finally dead. Thankfully for my own moment, no, it does not know. Right, that was an assassin, wasn't it? So, let's update our commands. We've assassinated 2 people now. 2 people have been assassinated. Wave your murder spiders around if you've got them. Santiago, my surname, a good surname. Right, has he come of age yet? So when does he come of age? 29th of March. So early next year. What are you guys in your wars, man? That war's about to be lost. It's a good chance he loses the Holy Roman Empire. We are over our 10k troops point now, which is good. Good afternoon, Pale Rider 1942. We are doing well. Interesting claimant, but no good to me. For we are not allowed to fight wars. So it's going to come down to whether we can offer this dude a title. If not, we're going to have to... I really don't want to have to wait for Musa. Is there an achievement for establishing an empire without declaring one war, like pacifist or something? I don't think there is. There is one in EU4 which I've got for winning a war without fighting any battles. I don't remember there being one of these that relates to winning a war without, or building an empire, finding an empire without doing it. If I'm honest, I think it's because they don't think you can do it. Like, not the way we're doing it here. Next time I chat to someone at Paradox, I might demand that they give us an achievement for doing this. Right, so he comes of age in March, so we're not far off. How long to murder this guy? 13 months. So we might as well start plotting to kill him now. Anyone want in? Randa wants in. And Hafsa wants in. I don't think we've got him in the dungeon. I think we were gambling on just house arresting the kid. There we go, he's come of age. So he's not going to convert because he's zealous, but we can recruit him and we can gain weak hook on him. Can we grant a title? We can grant titles to him. He's not going to convert still, because we'd need a strong hook to convert him. But we could work on getting that. I mean, to be honest, it gives us an excuse to revoke his title. Congratulations, you're the Duke of Toledo. Now, as long as Daddy dies... Now, he is independent. So when that... We need him to die. So that adds Cordoba to our empire, and we're going to want Cordoba for ourselves. Can you make highlights of this rather than center paradox as soon as you get the achievement? Well, I like your faith that we are going to actually pull it off. I am reasonably confident we will. The thing is, I'm going to imprison him. Like, okay, it's a act of tyranny, but like it won't be if I demand his conversion and he refuses. So essentially, the moment we get hold of this, like as soon as we kill Daddy, so this inherits. Learning lifestyle perk. We don't need pedagogy. I might actually go scientific first. How old are we? Let's go scientific first. Well, who the fuck are you? I mean, you're welcome to try. Going for the Duchy of Cordoba, eh? Right. Well, we've got good money in the bank. So let's raise all here. We'd quite like our holy order. RIP! Duke Mohammed of Badajoz is finally dead. Thankfully my involvement in the crime knows. Oh, that's another assassin. Let's update our command. Assassinated 3 people. Right, let's call in some allies. Now, unfortunately, these guys are quite busy, aren't they? Oh, he's only a prince now. Ugh. Kind of feel like we should unbetroth that now, because that's not useful to us. Bohemia would do nicely. He is delicate, so he might die. She's 19, so we could kind of do with actually getting her to pop out some kids. I do slightly suspect we're going to inherit with the Infanta here. think we might. How else have we slain people today? Yeah, forests, spiders, needles, and assassins. Him, we can demand conversion. King of Bohemia, do you want to get in on this? That will not pay. So we can now hook the whole of the duchy off of him. More importantly, we can hook Cordoba. What we can do is imprison him using our hook. He is also our prisoner. Oh, that 5-year-old has not had a good life, has he? Oh, and gravity sweets, yeah. That 5-year-old is wounded, flagellant, dwarvish, and rowdy. 5-year-old flagellant. So we can't revoke that for a year. We can take all of that off of him. And we can take that off of him. So I think we just leave him in prison for a bit. The important thing is he can't rebel against us while he's in prison. Right, we're going to split these guys in half. And they're going to lurk there. Right, let's see if we can smash those guys. Right, you've actually got the siege train, so let's push you in there. Let's see if we can intercept that 3k force. We don't want to stray too far. Fuck me. Yeah, we caught him. I mean, I kind of just yoink it. I've got better things to do than fight that war. Disband those guys for now. Yeah, problem is if I sent them to the war, I'd said, I'll wait until they prompt, because they might lose the wars before I actually need to. So we can't be... I think we're about probably not far off being able to form the empire now. So we need another 16 provinces to form the empire. Yeah, no, you're right. If former they would leave prison. Can we revoke everything off of him yet? No, that's still a year. I reckon we have got time to do, in her lifetime, to do one more of those, one more yoink. If we get it right. Right, so the moment we get all of this off of him, we can revoke that, and that'll give us Cordoba. This does mean we're going to have to give something out up here. Probably be Leon. But we are going to have a ducal rank going spare. Let's see if we can get someone in on this. Oh man, he's so close. Would have been great. People need to learn it's much easier if they'll convert. Well, yeah, kinda. You have... a brother. Who should probably have some kind of accident. What I really want is a decent fucking archbishop so we can convert some of this territory. Because that is still a lot of Muslim land that we're controlling, which I'm not overly thrilled about. God damn it, man. Fight less wars. Can we revoke all of your titles yet? We can. Duke Bilal is a known criminal because he resisted conversion, which means we get all of his fucking titles. Right. Let's find some good Catholic boys to give this stuff out to. How's he still got that one? I found the murder plot. I just took his titles away. Oh, we still technically got the duchy, even though I took everything else off of him. I see. So these are the bits we got off of him. So Badajoz we could grant to someone, which is what we want to grant to. I mean, I won't get a tyranny hit from it, so it's the Mawaldi vassals that will hate it. So actually, I should probably just let him go with just renounce claims. It stops him being a future problem. That means we can now take his title. We will be able to when that comes through. So in the meantime, we need to give some of this stuff out. So we need to keep hold of Badajoz. Well, we can use Toledo for the same trick. So I think we keep Toledo for it, which means we can actually give... I mean, Badajoz's a bit nice. You can have that. You can have that. So we can use Toledo for the same trick, so we might as well give Badajoz out. So this is probably going to fail because we can't get him in. But hopefully that'll work. We are going to get a Liberty War to fight again at some point. That's not the end of the world. Is that someone else we can pull in on that scheme? Nope. Like, we'd have to get enormously lucky to pull that off, but it's not vital. Taji's time has come. We're going to go for gravity sweets. It won't work, but... Tajid still lives. As my agent pushed him over the edge, his clothing got stuck on a protruding piece of wall just below. It held him just long enough there to help arrive and save both the child and the damn candy. At least my agent got away unnoticed. I mean, the thing is, we can probably abduct him. Does he even have any claims? He doesn't have any claims, that's fine. So we're going to get them rising up, but we can use the Holy Order against them. I don't really want to give him any more people to rule over. I feel like he needs to die. It's probably about time for him to die. He's 65, he's going to die soon anyway. Try and have him. Which one's that one? Definitely don't need that title. There you go, be Duke of Asturias. Yeah, Mohammed Mohammedid, son of unimaginative parents. You know what I want to see? Being a kid at a Meet Peers event when one of those peers is murdered or abducted. Yeah, I don't know if there is an event for that. It would be quite cool. Did we get a kid die that way? Right, we've got 11 months on our abduction. And of course that gets fucking discovered. The moment I say that. I feel like we need to sway this dude. He's going for Jerusalem. Can we pilgrimage? We can't because we're at war. That's annoying. So we can't divert that crusade. Yeah, it might have been on the Africa run. You might be right. Right, well if we can't get that kingdom, because we're never going to abduct... Oh, we might be able to abduct that kid. See if we can abduct his other kid. Let's try and flip the order around. No, we're just not going to get the help on it. That's the guy we really need. Like, this is going to fail, so you might as well give up on it. What about these guys? You, sir, are unlanded. Two other sons. They'll inherit some stuff, but we can deal with that. Is this the Liberty War that you're about to lose? Can I take that title off of him yet? I can. Cordoba is lovely. Right, I think we don't necessarily move our capital there, but we don't get rid of it. That does mean we need to get rid of something else. Mind you, if we move our capital there, we don't have to worry about... We can keep hold of Burgos. And we get rid of Olmedo. And then we move our capital to Cordoba when we get a chance. Just because of that, I mean, it's got 35 dev. Like, we'd be insane not to move our capital there, but we do need to culture convert it. And we do need to improve that. Toledo converts in 2 years, then we'll convert that. We do need to raise some men at arms. We should make ourselves more men at arms, actually, because we can afford to now. Let's go see if we can liberate your capital. No, they're going to fire in 7 months. We'll just have to take the hit from... I mean, if we pledge... we'll gain 120, which won't be enough to divert it. Let's do that. This fires in 6 months. Is that just enough or just not enough for us to be able to divert it? Well, he died anyway. So we're abducting Raf here. Let's not bother with that. Someone died that we didn't like. That's always useful. Right, this is firing in 3 months. So I think we want to... get everyone raised and ready to go. Yeah, the problem is we're holy orderless because they'll all be over in the Crusades. Thing is, once our own war starts, we have an excuse not to be in there. On the plus side, we do have that dude. Oh, that's so close. I mean, technically we don't need the hook. We can manufacture that later. And then we give him Toledo and the Duchy of Toledo. Let's fabricate a hook on him because it might be useful. Yeah, we need to be very careful of rebellions. So we do need to stabilize the kingdom. Jane. So they are going to fire in Toledo, so we're ready to dive in on that, so that's fine. He lost one of his wars, so we don't have to help. That's good. We technically have enough to redirect the crusade if we pledge. Oh, we just missed out. They'd already started. It's a shame. You want freedom? You'll have it in death. Right, as long as we kill them before those guys get here, we're fine. Bosch, we managed to capture the leader, that's perfect. So Liberty faction is our next problem. And this guy needs to die. Right, I think that is definitely the last bit of expansions we do. The new Duke of Toledo would make a good spy master. He would, and actually he'd be much happier then. Which is good news for us. I kind of feel like we should sway him. Because he'd be a good person to have really like us. Oh, I'm already getting the hook on him, aren't I? So we won't be able to yet. So that is, do we marry her off to him when his heir is that? He's near death, so that'll be a no. Now what we might want to think about... We will ask for Head of Faith for gold. So we need to start tidying up this kingdom, ready for the succession. Like, we do want to move our capital there as soon as we can. So Burgos we're keeping hold of. Yeah, I know, we have done that to her a lot. We have broken a lot of betrothals for her. We're almost exalted among men. Surprised we're not higher ranked, but I suppose we haven't fought any wars, so. Grand Cathedral constructed in Santiago, nice. She was only betrothed as a child and she moved her future cousin to... Yeah, let's not do that. We need a new steward. Yeah, fine. Duke of Badajoz can do it. Anyone else we can get in on the plot to kill him? Yeah, we're going to struggle with that now because he's our spy master. We're going to do that just because we do really want him to die. That I'm actually going to cancel. Because it'll only piss him off when he discovers it. And it means we can just sway him instead. I'll tell you what we should do as well is... So we've got Caballeros, Armoured Footmen, Mangonels, Bowmen, and Pikemen. So we probably want some armoured... We've got Armoured Footmen. We haven't got any Light Footmen, have we? We have not. Let's get some Light Footmen. Right, that's good. That brings us back a bit into the realm of stuff that's useful. Zonahedron redeemed a random histofact. Oh god. Random histofact at the end of the stream when my brain's broken. Ooh, what can we go with? I'm trying to think what one related to... What have I been doing in other worlds? Let me have a look at the books. See if I get inspired. Oh yeah, just a very, very basic one, but I don't think people realise it. The number of deaths in merchant seamen lost in the Battle of the Atlantic in World War II is almost exactly the same as the number of deaths suffered by the submarine corps, the German U-boat corps in World War II. It's one of those weird kind of moments of parity you get sometimes, where kind of the attacker and, in inverted commas, the defender suffered almost exactly the same amount of casualties. So hopefully we get this. Because if he dies now, our spy master should inherit. One of my agents has acquired a deadly spider and arranged for a servant to hide it in a Mirath's bed before dark. All they need is my go-ahead and he will be as good as dead the moment the spider strikes. I hope you're not afraid of spiders, Raph. Duke Raph is dead by the lethal bite of a deadly spider. The spider struck not long after he retired to his chambers, and although guards were called, no one could do a thing to save him. Thankfully, spiders do not talk. So the attack cannot be traced back to me. My little friend has done his work well. Show your murder spiders, chat, if you have murder spiders. That seems good that the last death of the day was spiders. I like that. Let me update. We have spidered 7 people to death. 7 whole people to death. Always good fun. It is always good to spider people to death. So, looking at it, that's got us that territory as well, which means I don't think we can be that far off. That far off. Empire now. We need 11 more counties. So if we manage to plot to get these, I mean, remembering that this shouldn't be male, that's male preference, so we could actually just marry into that one to get that one. Maybe that's what we should do. So we could marry to get that whole thing. That is totally possible. That would absolutely do us. If we did that, we'd be laughing. Which would work quite nicely. So we could... It's either that or we do another one, but I do think we need to stabilize before we do anything else. Just thinking what we do. Like, do we push for one more? Like, Algarve would be the best one to go for if we could get it. So the problem is his primary heir is already a ruler. Which means we can't convert him. Can't convert him and land him. So we'd have to work quite hard to sabotage that. To get it into a position where we could do what we want to do. So yeah, it's a tricky one. I don't know, thoughts, chat? I'd focus on conversions and getting a decent archbishop for that purpose. Yeah, I mean, we could murder our archbishop. Like, he is eminently murderable. and just keep pushing for a better archbishop, which would speed up our conversions, because we are going to need to convert Cordoba, which is obviously going to be our new capital. Yeah. Do we also need to pick an heir and get her working on some good grandkids? We kind of do. Thing is, I'm honestly leaning towards we go with Samina. Because I kind of feel like we're at the position where having a ruler who can consolidate and do stuff and sort stuff out might be more useful than having one that's on intrigue. Like, she will get intrigue boosted, but she's going to have better natural stewardship. And then we can marry her or get her to seduce someone who's a genius. And that would actually sort it out. And maybe we push her down learning and just really go for boosting some conversions and tidying stuff up. Because yeah, as Tommy Ench says, one of the things we've got to think about is we're going to need to get the second achievement, not just the first one, for getting the territory. We need to convert the whole of this to Catholicism. And that means we've got a lot of conversion to do. Like a lot of conversion. And she's 13, so she's going to come of age at exactly the right time for us. In which case we probably want to be thinking with Infanta here of marrying her to someone who's got good traits rather than for an alliance. Like someone within our kingdom would be quite nice, because it would get us an alliance as well. Didn't we give one of these kids, or did we disinherit the kid that had the good stuff? We disinherited the kid who had the good stuff, didn't we?